Somewhere over the rainbow, way up high, there's a place that I dreamed of once in a lullaby. When I was a little girl, about 4 years old, I remember sitting in front of a black and white TV set. Yes, I'm old enough. And right then and there, I knew that my purpose, my rainbow, was to win a Grammy one day. After all, I've been singing most of my life. My mother says I could sing before I could talk. I was born hearing in color. My mom laughs and talks about how I used to harmonize to the drone of her old Hoover vacuum cleaner. And making up little songs and singing, it's something I've done from early on, and for most of my life, like I said, winning a Grammy was my big dream. It's all I really ever hoped for. We all have dreams. I hope all of you do. Sometimes we achieve them, and sometimes we don't, and sometimes we just lose sight of them. But a dream is different than a purpose. I believe that a purpose is something that you discover over a period of time. And once you understand your purpose, there's really no way for you to deny that. Once you know what your purpose is, you always have to drive it, because if you don't, you'll feel like something is missing, like a part of you is missing. But when you truly find what your purpose is, it feels like all of the pieces of your life start to fall into place. My purpose, I thought, was to make a living in the music business. The disco era didn't really care a whole lot about what I thought my purpose was. I couldn't really get arrested at that point playing music, so I had to eat, I had to pay bills. So I worked for the county mental health systems for 8.5 years, running a day program for severely disturbed adolescents. And I had no clue, really, at that time, that was going to help me in the craziest business of all, the music industry. And then one question, one moment in time, completely changed my understanding of what my true purpose is. You see, as it turns out, my real purpose is to help other people shine. I make other people shine. Sometimes you might feel like you don't know what you're doing. I feel that way a lot of times. And even in the middle of all of that, you're exactly where you're supposed to be, doing exactly what you need to be doing. During those early years, I was doing everything I could do to pursue my dream, but as it turns out, what I was really doing was honing the skill set that I needed to be able to fulfill my purpose. I just couldn't see it at the time. Today, Jan Smith Studios is the most sought-after vocal coaching and artist facility in the nation. I get to do what I do now because I'm different, because I have a unique or different perspective, and because I color outside of the lines. It's paid off for me, for sure, to be a little bit outside. I've coached more than 10,000 vocalists. Many of them are artists that you may have heard of: Justin Bieber, Usher, Rob Thomas, Shania Twain, Drake, Nicki Minaj, and Liam Neeson. That was a thrill for me. I gotta be honest, I'm single and I'm trolling, okay? So, hey! And thousands of other people you've never heard of, but they all sing their hearts out just the same. We see more than 200 clients a week at the studio, and they come from every place in the world that you can imagine, and from every genre of music, which is even cooler. And my purpose keeps growing and expanding, because now we're grooming and launching the next generation of performing artists that you'll soon hear about, I hope, which is the coolest thing on the planet. Mama's babies are singing everywhere. When you are in the middle of a bunch of activity, there's always stuff that you can't see. Sometimes you just need to be still. Just calm down. Take a look around. Get a different perspective. While we were in the middle of getting ready for this tour, here's what was going on for me. I was scheduled to be at Phillips Arena for 10 days prior to the kickoff of the tour. And the day before, I was in my office, and I got a phone call that my father had been taken to the hospital. My dad had suffered a brainstem stroke, and it was totally unexpected. Now, this is a guy who was on the golf course 2 days before this happened. My dad shot an 88 at the age of 82 from the men's tees, for all you people that know about golf, okay? He would want me to clarify that, I assure you. So in the middle of one of the greatest opportunities for growth in my business and my personal life, I'm being faced with one of the most grievous moments at all that anybody faces in their personal lives, and that was the loss of a parent. When purpose collided with poignancy, there was clearly only one choice for me. Instead of doing the rehearsals for that 10 days, I sat in the hospital by my father's side. And I had the great honor and the great privilege of being able to be with my daddy when he took his last breath. With my hand on his heart, I was exactly where I needed to be, with the man who'd loved me my entire life. Death has a way of prioritizing everything we do. And as my daddy would have it, so does living. 10 days after I buried my father, I was on an airplane to kick off the My World Tour with the biggest artist on the planet. Under great stress and great opportunity, I found a peace that passes understanding, and I learned to be solid in knowing who I am and living my purpose, just like my dad would want me to do.
Tell me why, oh why then?